Good morning, everyone. It's so nice to see you after 2 weeks. Last week for the long weekend, we were in Yosemite National Park and with our son, we flew out to California. I want to share a picture with you. This is us in Yosemite, my husband, our son Nicholas, who turned 25 years old, and his girlfriend Caroline. And we just spent, I think we were about 3 days and 2 nights in the area, and it was just gorgeous. A phenomenal national park. If you ever get a chance to go, it was amazing. Our family likes to hike, so we did some hikes. Now, we didn't do crazy hiking. We did not do the Half Dome or anything like that. We my husband and I, we could not do that, nor would I want to. I'm a little scared of heights, but I do love hiking in places where I feel generally safe. And it was just a beautiful, beautiful time that we had. And Nicholas had an excellent 25th birthday, and that was really the whole thing. And I guess I just feel so fortunate. I don't know, I don't mention this often, but we struggled with infertility, and we only were able to have one kiddo. And so not that it doesn't mean a lot, children don't mean a lot to everyone, but when you've struggled through infertility, it certainly means a lot when you have one, and I get emotional just thinking about it. And so he is super, super special to us. And anyway, we were so glad that we were able to spend our time with him. So anyway, I just wanted to put that as a side, because not everyone knew, everyone who's on this video, watches my videos regularly, knew that I was going away, but I had some inquiries as to whether or not I had sent out a project sheet last week, and I had not. I had hoped to get a video out, but I was still struggling with my shoulder injury, and I just decided, you know what, I need to heal that and not worry about it. I did get most of my mail out, so there's still some mail left that I have to do, but all my BOGO sale orders got out the door, and some of my team mail also got out the door. So that was more important to me. But I know you didn't come here to hear all about my trip. I know you came today to see what we were going to be making. And the cool thing is that the new holiday catalog started on Wednesday, and it is really a great catalog. I'm very excited about it. And there's also some new online exclusives. When you go to the stampinup.com website, you will be able to, if you go under specials, I think maybe it's not under specials, under what's new, you'll be able to go to a link for the holiday catalog. And if you want to see the online exclusives, you can also click on, there is also a link under the menu for online exclusives. And I really suggest that you always look at the online exclusives. I'm not sure. No, sign design is in the holiday catalog, unless I didn't. Let me just double check. It might be an online exclusive that I didn't tag. I've tried very hard to tag everything. I think, oh yeah, it might be. I'm just thinking here. It actually might be an online exclusive. So some of these online exclusives, they get onto the website, but because they're not in the catalog, we don't always see them. But I really wanted to share this box with you today. This is the one that I made. It is super cute, and I think it's relatively easy. I was having so much fun playing with this box yesterday. I also made another box. Actually, this was the original box that I made, and this one follows the curve of the punch. So this is going to be a special tutorial, the one that follows the curvature of the punch, so it really kind of bows out. I will be releasing this tutorial as a free with purchase one on Sunday. If you go ahead and buy the bundle earlier and you want this particular tutorial, just let me know. that you would like it. I'm going to have a separate video and a project sheet for this, but it will be free for my team, free for purchase, and I'll also make it available as a paid tutorial if you don't want to purchase from me, or if you're maybe in a different country. I'm in the US and I can only sell in the US. But this one is also super cute. It is slightly easier to make because it's a rectangle, but it does not follow the curvature of the punch. So both of these are really cute. Let me hold them side by side so you can kind of see. So you can kind of see one of them does kind of follow the top and the other one goes straight. This one here goes straight across. And then when you open it up, let me pull this open. 4 Hershey's Nuggets fit inside perfectly. And if you're going to ask me, can I wrap these nuggets? I would not suggest wrapping the nuggets because these fit in here like tight. So there is not room to wrap these particular nuggets, but it's such a cute box. I think you'll think this is like a cute little table favors for when people come over. So this is the one that I did. This is Christmas themed. I also did this one, which is Thanksgiving themed. I did this one New Year's themed, and then I also did a Halloween one, and I just added the spooky Halloween stamp set for the bats up top here, because this bundle only had trick or treat. It didn't have any images, and I felt like the spacing needed something a little bit extra. Here I used the 2027 in color paper, that one that has Secret Sea. This is Secret Sea ink ribbon, designer series paper, cardstock, and Timid Tiger ink on that one. And for these 2 boxes here, Sign Design bundle, of course, and then I used, just gonna pull this out. I used this beautiful specialty paper. This is the Gathering Together paper. It's kind of fall, Thanksgiving, but it's got some gold highlights. And then for the Christmas themed box, I did this paper here, which is Traditions of Christmas, and it's also a specialty paper and it has gold throughout. So we'll be making, I'm going to be making another box in a different color with the Traditions of Christmas paper today. All the supplies that I used are in the description of the video, and they're also over on my blog post if you click on over there. I also used some gold foil sheets. You'll see that I'm going to show you a trick, because you know I'm always trying to optimize. I'm going to show you a little trick so that we can get some of this gold foil sheet behind here. So that way, look, when you look, this is all gold accents. I don't know if you can see that sparkle, but all the gold in here, that's actually gold foil. So I wanted to bring some of the gold foil to the front. And this ribbon, this is also, this ribbon is an online exclusive, and it is called the Gold Striped ribbon. I put yellow dots on my online exclusives normally. I guess I didn't gold dot everything before, but it is a sheer ribbon and it's got gold throughout. I love this ribbon because it's going to work with a lot of your holiday projects. You won't have to buy different colors of ribbon. So it worked for Thanksgiving, New Year's Eve, and also for the Christmas. So this is a really nice ribbon. I think you're gonna reach for this one again and again because it ties nicely, and it's just a nice sheer ribbon. It doesn't try and steal the show of your cards or your 3D projects. It's just kind of there, nice and light. It blends very nicely, but I think it really adds to this box. It just adds that little punctuation mark to the box by adding that little bit of ribbon on top. All right. What else can I tell you? So the holiday catalog has started. The new online exclusives has started. So click on over there on the Stampin' Up website. You will find that stampinup.com, or click through from my blog. That will also work. So we're going to get started. And as you know, I like to talk to you at the end because I do get distracted. So I like to kind of go through and show you how to do the whole project from start to finish. So if you have any questions along the way, please go ahead and ask, and I will try and answer them at the end. So let's flip over here. Okay, so this here is the sign design bundle. When you purchase the stamp set and the punch together, you'll save 10%. You can buy them separately though, but absolutely get that stamp set, because then you have these images that fit this shape. You have a frame here that will fit the shape. And hey, if you don't like any of these greetings to fit in the frame, then you can find your own greeting. Maybe you have a happy birthday greeting. You want to turn this into happy birthday favor. Then you can use the frame, and it really helps just to make it a little bit more special. I think you can see here how I've done it on this Halloween box. So absolutely, it really helps to punctuate, you know, the edge of the shape of the box. So I would definitely get both of these together. Okay, so we are going to create a box. Oh, and before I forget, I will have a project sheet for you for the simple rectangular box, and it's going to come out tomorrow in the email. You need to be on my email list to get this project sheet. So just make sure that you're on my list. The link is down below if you don't already have it. If you're new to my email list and you want back project sheets, the welcome email after you sign up, you should be getting a welcome email, and that has my project sheets page that you can get past project sheets. This one kind of got a little jumbled this morning, but basically it has like a diagram, and it has, you know, a picture of the project, the supply list, written instructions, and links back to my blog and to the video, so that you always have a handy reference for each project. So that will be coming out in Saturday's email. And just remember, on Sunday, I'm going to have a new tutorial that's a paid tutorial that if you want to pick up, it will be free with a purchase. If you spend at least $20 with me, not only will you be getting Stampin' Rewards from Stampin' Up, you can choose one of my tutorials, and this could be your choice, or you could choose something else if you wish. But I will have the one that follows the curve of the top of the punch. That's an extra special one, but you can also just get this one. This will be free for my team, and also I will have a link to purchase it if you wish. Okay, let's jump in and get started. You're going to need a scoring board, and of course you will also need your trimmer, because you'll trim your pieces to the right size to start off with. And let me just make sure. We're going to do the scoring for both the top and the bottom of the box right away. Let's grab this first. We're going to make the top of the box, or what I call the lid, and this piece is 6.5 by 1 5/8 of an inch. We're going to turn it so the short side is up at the top, and score at the 1 3/8 inch mark all the way down. I'm going to keep this short scored segment, and I'm going to have it facing up. And then we're going to score this piece. I'm just getting my instructions in place at the 1 inch mark, the 3 1/8 inch mark, the 4 1/8, and the 6 1/4. That is what it looks like. We'll set that aside, and I'm also going to score the bottom of the box because they're both prepped in the same way, just different dimensions. This one measures 6 1/4 by 1 5/8. Put the short side up at the top and score at the 1 3/8 inch mark. Turn it. Also have the short scored segment up. Score this piece at the 7/8 inch mark, the 3 inch mark, the 3 7/8 inch mark, and the 6 inch mark. All right. Oop, I'm creating like a very tippy tower. Not the best thing. I've got a lot going on my desk right now. Okay, so we're going to prep both of these pieces. One's the longer ones for the top and the shorter ones for the bottom. So we're going to cut away this corner square to start off with, but I'm also going to angle cut it at the same time. So you can cut off the square and then angle cut, or you can, so you can do this if you want, and then do your angle cuts. I'm going to do just a teeny tiny on the side tab. It does not need to be very big. This one though, I want it to be like this, like quite a deep cut. So we're going to fold, and then we're going to cut V's into each of the score intersections. So if you do this and fold and like this, then you can do both sides of the V at the same time. It saves a little time. And then we'll just match the angle on this end one. And that's all there is to prepping this piece. You'll have little pieces of cardstock everywhere. All right, or if you don't want to cut the square away first, if you want to save some time, then I'm going to do a slight angle here and a little bit bigger angle here. And then I can do both of those cuts at the same time instead of making 4 cuts. You can also do your V's like this if you prefer. Go in this side and then this side. That's another way to make a V. But if you just fold along the intersection, and then we're going to angle cut up like that, it just saves time because you do both of them at the same time. And then we'll just angle cut the end, and there you go. Now I'm going to show you a little tip on these. First, let's go ahead and make sure all of these folds are folded inward, all going in on the same direction. Okay. And we'll do that for the other piece as well. I think we missed one right here, and do all the bottom tabs as well. If you're using Stampin' Up! Cardstock, sometimes, you know, it can be a little thicker, so you can use your bone folder, and that just helps get those folds like a little bit more, I don't know how to put it, a little bit more folded, because if you don't put the pressure right on the edge, it will only fold over a certain amount, but it gives it a crisper fold. Okay. I think that's good. Put the bone folder away. Okay. Let's look and see which one is the longest strip. This one's longer. I'm going to put the short one away first because I want to make sure I work with the longer first. We need to punch some shapes. And I have lost my punch. Here it is. Okay. So whatever color you use for your sides, you're going to also choose that for your front and your back piece. So we're using old olive cardstock. I don't know if I mentioned that. go ahead and punch an old olive piece, 2 old olive pieces, one for the bottom of the box and one for the top of the box. Okay, so I'll set that second one aside. And sometimes what I'll do is I will glue the sides together first, but in this case it's so much easier if you glue your punched shape to your piece first. So much easier. So if you can remember to do that first, go ahead and do it. If you don't remember, then you can still absolutely do it once you've adhered the side. I'm going to, it really on this particular box, because it's rectangular, it does not matter which of the long segments you choose. You can choose this one or you can choose this one. It doesn't matter. They are equal. So just choose one. So I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to choose this one here, and I'm going to put glue on that tab. I'm going to put my punch shape on here, and I want my punch shape to be right along the score line, and it's going to be, I want to say there's just a teeny tiny bit of overhang that you're going to have. If you look at these score lines here, you're going to see this is going to stick out just a teeny tiny bit more on either side, but just center it as best as possible. Okay, and just make sure it's straight. Press down on that seam. Okay. And then what you can do is we're going to do the side tab next. So we need to bring this together to glue this together. On this one, on the rectangular one, this box is symmetrical. The sides are equal, the opposite sides are equal lengths. So all you need to do is fold over. We're going to put glue here, and then we're going to fold this down, and we can press on there like that. So let's put glue on this side tab here. And we're just going to fold this over. And just make sure this is straight. Sometimes when we fold, it might pull a little to one side. So when you're doing this, make sure the bottom is lined up properly. It's straight. You can press this. You can switch it and press like that. Okay. There we go. So now we already have one side adhered to what's going to be the front. So that's going to make it so much easier for alignment. We know this is stuck in place. So now we just need to work with these other 3 sides. So you're going to press those down, and we're going to put glue on all 3 of those tabs. Looks like that. You want enough glue. This is actually a pretty light stream of glue. You don't want it to be too much glue, because otherwise it's going to ooze out. And then I'm just going to put this flat and press down. And you want to make sure on the side right here it's kind of equal distance. I'll pick it up in a second so I can show you better, because I know you can't. Oh, you can maybe see on this side right here. It's straight. It follows along the edge, but it's probably about, I don't know, a 1/16 of an inch in. That will happen naturally. Just make sure it's not tilted. Do you know what I mean? Like the side going in, you want the sides to follow straight along the sides of the box right here. And once you have that in place, you're just going to press down on those seams. Okay. And that's what it looks like. This is the front of the box. And now we're going to do the same thing for the bottom of the box. Now here's my tip for the bottom of the box. We also want to glue this on here, but this time, because this piece is smaller, we're going to not glue it right along the edge. We want it up just a little bit. So instead, I'm going to pick this same side. I'm going to just dry fit this for a second. I'm folding all my bottom tabs up a little bit. This one I'm going to glue maybe I'm just going to hold this up so I can show you. I'm going to glue it about a 1/16 from the edge instead of right on the edge. I don't know if you can see that. So not a full 1/8 of an inch, but just a little bit in from the edge. So let me just fold over this tab, put glue on it. And I've kind of got these side tabs picked up so they don't interfere with what I'm going to do. And then I'm just going to place this. I showed you just a second ago. I'm going to lift it up after I have finished gluing it. I'm just going to center that tab on here. And it's going to be about a 1/16 of an inch in, because we're just a little bit, it's a little bit smaller of a box, so it can fit inside this one. Okay. I got a little bit crooked, so I'm going to pull it out here. I don't know if you can see, but there's just a little bit of the shape down here at the bottom. All right, next we're going to do that same thing with the gluing. Sorry, I'm going to turn it around like this. So we're going to glue this side tab, and this one is also symmetrical in terms of the sides. The opposite sides equal each other, so we can press on it while it's flat and it will line up perfectly. This will just help you really seal that side seam. Okay, and then just like before, we're going to put glue on all of these tabs, and then we're just gonna flip this around. It's easier if you do it on your work surface, and just line it up, make sure it's straight, and then press, press, press. Okay, we're just gonna let this dry for a moment before we squeeze the Hershey's Nuggets in here. Okay, so we don't dislodge the glue. So let's just let this sit, but we've got our our bottom and our top, or our front and our back. I don't know what to say. I guess this should be called the back, but I called it the bottom. All right, so now what we need to do is grab a piece of basic white, and I'm going to match my ink. So for this box, where did I put it? We're making a version of this box. For this box, I used cherry cobbler ink, and I used cherry cobbler cardstock. For this one, I'm going to, oh, Hershey's Nugget stuck to my stamp. We're going to use Old Olive ink to match the Old Olive cardstock. So you need to pay attention to this, because I'm going to come up with a little tip in a moment. So make sure my stamp has stained, because I have used it in red ink. Red ink will always stain your photopolymer, but it still stamps just fine. I'm just going to ink this up, and we're going to stamp this onto the basic white. Now, if your ink pad is dry, this is a bold stamp, so you might need to re-ink a little bit. Let's see how we do here. Not bad, okay? But you don't want your ink pad too inky. My cherry cobbler originally was a little inky. When you have a bold stamp like that in tiny little lines, especially if you press down too firmly into your ink pad, you're going to fill in those little lines right there with ink, and they will come out and it won't look nice. I don't know if I still have some in the garbage. Let's see. So here's an example. This one here, it was kind of inky. So what I did is I took a paper towel and I removed some of the top layer of the ink, so it wouldn't be quite so inky, because it kind of obliterates the lines. You want kind of something that looks like that instead. It's a balance. You want it inky enough so you get a nice image, but if it's too inky, the ink is going to creep into here. So you can try just very gently tapping, make sure you have good coverage, and then try it. So it might take you a moment just to figure out the perfect balance of how hard to press on the ink pad versus here. But I did find that nice balance, and that looks really nice. So we'll put our ink pad away so we don't put our fingers in it. So you could go ahead and just stamp punch this. I want to maybe grab my label again, my bad example. If you do that, your label is going to look like this, which might be fine. You might want that white edge around it. But if you want to put that gold piece underneath, I'm going to show you a little trick here. So I'm not going to punch this out all the way. I'm going to take that top curve. I'm going to center it. Oops, wants to stick. And I want to go just a little tiny bit in, more than, I don't want any white edge showing. So I just want to go a little bit in, and I'm just going to go ahead and punch. So you can see I've got a little tiny bit of green on the top, and a little bit of it came off on the punch. And then we're going to take our scissors. That was the curve. A curve sometimes is hard to do nice and straight. It's pretty easy to do straight lines on the short little segment here. If you want to, you can do this longer side with your trimmer if you want to. But I'm just going to kind of just do the best I can and get it straight. You have a little line to kind of help you along. And then we've got this little piece, and you didn't have to try and follow that curve at all because you used your punch to help you. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this one in. When I did this one, this outline is a little bit bigger than this one, so I was only able to take a teeny tiny bit off. But I don't know if you can see, I still got a little bit of it off around the edge, and that gives you just a tiny bit of frame around here. And I think it makes it look better when you can frame it up a little bit. So if you're going to use this frame, just remember you're going to be taking less off than on this particular one. Okay, so now we need a piece of the gold foil sheet, and we're going to just punch that out of here. And then we're going to glue these two together. Now, I know some of you girls love bling, so you can add some bling onto the front if you want to, like add some, maybe some rhinestone jewels or something, and make this even more fabulous. I feel like I like just having that gold foil. It kind of makes it look nice. Okay, now I just need to make sure, now that I've got my two sides of the box, I'm not going to put nuggets in yet. I'm just going to fold them up like this. That way I know, I want to make sure that I put this on the correct side, the front on the correct side. I mean, if you want to, you can do one on the front and on the back. It does not matter. But I'm going to do this on the front of the box, and we'll just adhere this right over top of the old olive. And then we're going to take a piece of that paper. There's lots of different patterns. This was one pattern, here's another, and I thought this one would be a nice pattern for the top of this one. It brings out, there's some old olive in here. So this piece is 4 1/8 by 1 3/8. And we're just going to quickly grab this and where did here we go, my styles. We're just going to score this at the 1 inch mark on both ends. Okay. All right. Then we're going to fold along the score lines. Let's just double check. Yes, that fits. And then we'll put this on here. And because I made this out of cardstock, it's going to be really sturdy. Also with designer series paper comes and goes. And this way we're using up a little less of the designer series paper instead of, you know, having a huge, like a 6 inch plus strip. So we'll use just a little bit up if we layer it like that. And then we're going to grab our ribbon, and you're going to want about a 12-inch length. You could probably get by with just a teeny tiny bit less, but I'm going to cut myself 12 inches. Or the other thing you can do is you can just wrap it around and tie it, and then you'll know exactly how much you need. I'm going to grab this, do our first knot, and you want to get yourself some locking tweezers, and you're just going to lock after that first knot. This one, this tweezer is in our Embossing Additions toolkit, and then we're just going to tie one little knot and release that. So it's snug, but you know, it's not going to move too much. And then I'm going to take our scissors and just give a little angle snip on here. So aren't those boxes cute? Now I want to show you real quick. I'm going to grab some Hershey's Nuggets. You can put 4 Hershey's Nuggets into this box. So you have to stack them on their sides here like this. And there is not room for paper. It's going to bow just a little tiny bit, but you can kind of mold it back into shape. And then this is going to fit in here, and it's going to snug up like that. And then you have your 2 boxes. But I do kind of like the way this looks in here. It looks like it was made just perfectly for those nuggets. So it looks really fitted and nice. And you can just slide that in like that, like that. So cute, right? You can make these in different colors too. I would choose colors right out of the paper, and then whatever color you choose for your box, use the same color of cardstock for the sides of the box, the ink, and then just put on whatever designer series paper top you want. You can use that gold ribbon. This is the gold striped ribbon, 165599. This ribbon. And the nice thing about this ribbon is it also works nicely, as I mentioned before, on the Happy New Year. So for the Happy New Year, I stamped it, and then I kind of just followed the curve of the happy, and I punched along here, and then I cut down in a little bit on either side. I also used a trimmer here to cut along this line because there wasn't a definitive line to cut along, but I just cut the label just a little bit shorter once I had punched it out. For this one, the leaves went right almost to the edge, so I didn't cut anything off the sides, but you can see a little bit of gold peeking out at the bottom and the top. This particular stamp, Season of Thanks, the of thanks and the season are separate. So you can you can stamp the season and the leaves in one color and of thanks in a different color. For this one, I used Cajun Craze, but I just used the same color. But the of thanks is in a different, it's a separate stamp, but it's not a problem to add it on to there. I would just stamp the season part first and then the of thanks second. What else can I tell you? Oh, the trick or treat stamp, trick or treat be sweet, is on one stamp. So I did end up cutting the trick or treat away from the of sweet because I really wanted all of my boxes to follow the same pattern. The of sweet here, or be sweet, follows the curvature, so my box would have been upside down. So that's why I just cut it away, and then I just stamped it separately, and I did the trick or treat as a separate. This one, you know, you could do be sweet, you know, by itself, and or you could use it with May Your Day, be sweet. I did not use this particular stamp. Oh, and I think this little circle, now that I'm looking at it, stamp, that is for to color in the little candy lollipops right there. You stamp this in one color and then maybe the circles in a lighter color, and that way it looks like a lollipop. So that part is a 2-step stamp. So that's the only, I did not use these two at the bottom, but you can see, you can use this frame with other greetings that you have or other images that you have. You can pop things in there. So play around with this. I think it's a really cool bundle. And I hope you like that. And then on Sunday, I'm going to have this one. So these two, for just comparison's sake, this is just the difference between the two. One follows the top curve and the other one just goes straight across. This rectangular one is easier to make, so if you're making a lot of them, you might want to choose this one. But if you're detail oriented like me and this one isn't too much harder, but I had to work out separate dimensions for it, so this one will be a different video and a different project sheet that will be paid. All right, I hope I answered all your questions as I was going through there, but if not, I will answer them in just a moment. If you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, I hope you will hit that subscribe button and or give me a like, leave me a comment, share this video with others. I would love to be your demonstrator if you don't already have one. I give out my tutorials free with a purchase. I have a reserve. I think I have over 80 tutorials already that are paid tutorials that you can choose from. So there is quite the collection out there. One thing I do want to mention, if you are new to Stampin' Up! And new to ordering with Stampin' Up!, make sure you are opted into the Stampin' Rewards program, because when you place an order that's $20 or more, you get 10% back of that order that you can use on a future order, and you have 1 year to use your rewards. So definitely opt in. It is a free program. Make sure you do the opting in before you place your order. Each month I try and catch people that haven't opted in yet. So I try and send them out emails, but I'm a little bit behind in doing that. But please make sure when you're ordering that you opt in, because I would hate for you to miss out on rewards that Stampin' Up! Is giving out. All right. Well, thank you for bearing with me. Let's say hello to everyone that's joined today. Hello, Valerie and Mary. It looks like we're having, in some areas, the temperature's cooling a bit. I did notice when we got back to Massachusetts, it was a little cooler than it was in Yosemite. It was very hot in Yosemite. Good morning, T. Good morning, Linda. Hello, Karen and Christine. And hello, Marty. And hello, Nancy. And good morning, Barbara. Hello, Nina. Nina says, just ordered this bundle and can't wait. And she says, I hope you get the incentive trip. Thank you. I have earned the Alaska incentive trip. And the next one we are going to be starting to earn is the Costa Rica incentive trip, but we don't start earning that until October. So yes, I'm super excited. We will be taking our son and his girlfriend to Alaska with us, and they are excited as well. What I really realized during this last trip is I think we travel really well together. We kind of enjoy doing the same things. Caroline loves the outdoors. I probably even more than we do. She likes to go camping with Nicholas. I'm not a big camper, but I do love hiking and being out in nature, but I want a bed at night. So that's my thing. And I don't want to cook while I'm on vacation because I'm the cook in this house, and I do not want to be cooking, camping, not at all. But we travel very well together, so we are absolutely going to enjoy Alaska together. I'm hoping we'll go on some more hikes. Hello, Dee. Nice to see you. Nina says, in the wine country, other side of Calistoga fire, which finally is contained. You know what? Yes, I heard when we got back that on Tuesday there were a bunch of lightning strikes in Yosemite that set off some fires, and I haven't looked at the fire map yet because I came back and I kind of dove straight back into work. But yeah, I hate forest fires, as I know all of you do too, but it is just so sad. We saw some burn areas as we were driving up to one of the hikes, and it is always sad to see fire damage. Thankfully, at least it wasn't arson. It was the fires that were started recently were lightning strikes, because you can't stop lightning, but I always hate to hear it when it was intentionally set. Good morning, Virginia. Karen says, great box. Nina says, thumbs up. Thank you. Nancy said, would the nuggets fit better back to back? That's a good suggestion. Let's check that out. Let's do it. Okay, let me go back here. Let's grab the box and let's pull this out. I do like the way that they kind of all line up like this. So, getting them out will be fun. Okay, I'm going to just pull those out. Once you get one out, get the other. But you guys always have great suggestions for me, so I'm always happy to give it a go. So yeah, I think they do actually fit a little less tight back to back, but I still feel like if you look, there is no gappage really. If you added like 4 wraps around here, there would be really no room. So yeah, like the pattern here will not matter, but it looks, yeah, they either way, if you're having trouble fitting them into the box, then fit them in. So there was this pattern or that pattern. I kind of like them stacked all in one direction, but either one will be fine. But that's a good suggestion. I think, I don't know, play around with it. They're almost the same. This one might be a little less tight. So, but it's always good to play around, especially since I have the boxes already made, and so I can show them to you. Good morning, Mary. Hello, Cindy. And she said she just finished addressing and posting birthday cards. You know, it is, there's a lot of mail that leaves here all the time. It's hard to keep on top of it all. It's just like kind of back to back. So I do my best to get them out on time. Hello, Sil. And she says she loves the box. Hello, Ver Blue. And she's a bit late, but made it in time for the project. Awesome. Hello, Tanya. Hello, Mommy Roo. Hello, Tina. Hello, Jewel. And she says, I simply love the boxes, and yours is just wonderful. Thanks for sharing this creation. I'd love to get your past tutorials. Jewel, if you're not already subscribed to my email list, then you can go ahead and subscribe, and you'll get that link sent to you. If you can wait till tomorrow, and this is a tip for all of you that are already subscribed, my Saturday project sheet, when it comes out, at the very bottom, there is the very last banner. It says, get past project sheets. Click here. Click on that banner, just anywhere on that banner, and it will take you to my project sheets page. So every Saturday I send out that link. So it's at the very bottom of the email though. So maybe some of you aren't reading all the way to the bottom, but it's there every Saturday. So if you forget or you lose it, just go back to one of my Saturday project sheet where the actual project sheet's attached, and you will find that link. But Jill, if you are new and you haven't subscribed yet, look for your welcome email. It will have that link in it as well. Hello, Andrea. And she says she loves this, and she's grateful that you shared the PDF for free. Would it be possible for you to make the red cardstock on page 2 white or a light color so it doesn't use up so much ink when printing? Andrea, that's, this is the way that I do my tutorials, and I get it. I do try and minimize ink usage. So I do cut here. I do cut everything away from the background. But in terms of this is, I actually take my pieces and I photograph them, and I kind of like the way this looks. So unfortunately, I'm not going to change the way I do this. I like the visual of this, and I'm sorry if it's not your aesthetic, and if you would prefer dotted lines and everything outlined, but this is the way I like to do it. So I apologize if it does take up more printer ink, but just know I do spend some time cutting away my background, so you're not going to get like a gray haze or anything like that. That's going to cut take over the rest of the page. But I do my best, but in that particular way, this is just the way I create my tutorials, and I like creating them in that way. So I don't, at this time, I don't have any plans to switch that out. All right. Terry says it looks like a toy box. It does a little bit. Hello, Adelaide. And she says she's watching and she's fascinated. I love that. Thank you. T says they're adorable. Kathleen says absolutely adorable. Christmas treat box. Tina says so cute. She says now I have to get that punch. I would absolutely also recommend getting the stamp set too, because I think really especially the Merry and Bright, I really like that. And I also like this frame that will really help kind of define the front and make it a little bit special. So not that you can't just only get the punch, that's totally your prerogative. I'm just thinking that in this case they really do work well together. Louise says she loves the boxes. Valerie says so beautiful, thanks for sharing. You're welcome. Mommy Ruse says very cute boxes, and everyone's thanking me for my talent. I appreciate that. Hello, Barb. Fair Blue says, these little boxes are adorable. So glad you're back, Brenda. And she said she missed me last week. Well, thank you. I wish I had time to get something out, but sometimes something's got to give, and that was the thing that gave. Linda says that she thinks she'll do these for New Year's for the nursing home. And she'll need to make about 100. If you're making 100, I would definitely recommend doing the rectangular one versus the curved one, because there's a few less steps. It's just a tad bit easier. But I think it will be, it will be really cute. And you can choose whatever color and whatever paper you want to do. I also experimented. You could also do like a little bit of curvature. You could take the punch again and curve out the bottom as well. But in the end, I just decided to go straight along there. You could maybe put like a few little jewels, like maybe 3 little jewels along the bottom to give it a little sparkle. That would be really cute on the New Year's box. But it's such a simple concept. You know, you stamp in whatever color you want, use whatever paper you want, and then just I would choose a nice little sparkly ribbon like this one, because it works really well for lots of different occasions. Amy says, is that a big bag of just milk chocolate nuggets? Yes, it is. I have it opened, so I put it in a Ziploc bag. And yes, it was just milk chocolate nuggets. This bag was a 10-ounce bag of nuggets. Now I know, okay, let's say that you don't live in the US and Hershey's nuggets are hard to find. I know that certain countries like Germany as well, they don't have Hershey's nuggets. Canada, it's hard to get Hershey's nuggets. So what could you do instead? Let me grab something else. Kisses would also work. Let's go back to my desk for a second. I haven't filled this one yet, so let's just, for interest's sake, I'm grabbing the inside, because you don't want to put it in the lid, because let's see. Now I know kisses are a little easier to find elsewhere, but you could fit in, I'm pretty sure we could get 4 Hershey's Kisses in here if we did a little working. Or maybe just 3. You know, you could make the box a little bit shorter, and then 3 would fit nicely. It wouldn't be as broad as this one, but yeah, 4 Hershey's Nuggets will fit in here. Would it be 5? Do I hear 5? Oh, Kisses. I mean, Kisses will fit in here. But there's other chocolates that will fit in this space. So basically, let's take our ruler. Across here, we've got about 2 1/8 inches. So probably choose a chocolate that's 2 inches. And we've got 7/8 of an inch to work this way. So you just need to find a chocolate that will fit in that space. I wonder if, out of curiosity, you could make, because Hershey's Nuggets work so well, I didn't really explore other chocolates. Okay, so we've got, these are Hershey's miniatures, and I know there's other European countries makes something like around this size, I think. So you could like fit like 2 of those chocolates in there. So there's other things that will fit in this space. If you're in a different country, you're just going to, you know, I keep a selection of candy, small candy, in my craft room that I don't ever eat. I put it in Ziploc bags, but I use it for you know, trying things out, seeing how things fit. When the nuggets fit really well, I just kind of went with that and created a nugget box. But you can play around with it, and other candy will fit. You're just gonna just play with it a little bit. All right, that was, whose question was that? Amy, and the Hershey's, the milk chocolate Hershey's Nuggets question got me off on a tangent, but I hope that helps anyone that's here from somewhere else. Oh, and Cindy says she still has fires burning in Washington State. Ugh, I hate that. And that's also close to, I'm sure there's fires burning in British Columbia too, where I'm from. I hate it when forests burn. It's just so awful. The smoke and the damage to houses and sometimes the loss of life. It's very devastating. Marty says she loves these. They look like a great size for name table pieces. Yeah, you could. Oh, that's a great idea, Marty. This frame right here, this one. This frame right here, instead of, you could use an alphabet to put in there, someone's name, or you could just hand write everyone's name on the front of these. These could be little placeholders. That's a really great idea. And then you can just still do like the paper on the top and the ribbon and then the little nuggets on the inside. So yeah, that's a really great idea. I love that. Honeybee Stamping Hive says she always loves my project, and she still makes the Hershey's bees. I love that, because you have a honeybee stamping hive, so that definitely works well for the Hershey's bees. Nancy said, would thin mints fit inside? I don't know, like Andes. I don't keep any Andes mints here because I love them too much. I love mint and chocolate together, so they never survive here. They will be eaten. So yes, they just are not in stock here. So I can't give it a try. Try as I might, those I just try not to buy them because yeah, I will eat them. Let's see. And Honeybee Stampy says she still makes my Hershey's Christmas trees. You know what? They are still, like, they were the very first Hershey's thing I made with kisses, and they are still super, super popular. It still makes me smile. It's probably been like 10 years since I made them. It's been a while, like probably over 10 years since I first made the very first Hershey's Christmas tree. So I'm glad you still make them. Tina says, oh, she is going to get the bundle. Okay, great. Sometimes people will just get the punch, and that's totally okay. But I think in this case, I would definitely pair the stamp set with the punch and get the bundle and save 10%. Nita says, I'm the Hershey's queen. Aw, thank you. Well, thank you all for being here today. I really appreciate it. Watch for my project sheet that will come out in your email tomorrow if you're one of my email list subscribers. And next week I'm back to my normal schedule, Tuesdays and Fridays. On Sunday, I will have that extra tutorial that I'm releasing as a paid tutorial. So watch out for that. If you do purchase the bundle from me today and you want that tutorial, just let me know and I will send it to you as soon as I have it made. I have not filmed the video yet, so I'm going to work on that today, and so that I have it ready for Sunday. But as soon as I have everything ready, I will send it out to you, or Sunday at the latest. So just let me know if you want that particular one, or you can choose a different one if you wish. All right. Well, I hope you all have a great weekend, and I will see you back here next Tuesday. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.